Sheldon, Business Development Manager.
Carl.
Nice to meet you. Hi there, I'm Gillian Sheldon, Area Director.
Prashant Lal.
Nice to meet you. Anybody introduce themselves like that? Nobody? Nobody's introduced themselves with a name and a business title? Yes. From that, do you actually know what I do?
No. Not really.
Exactly. It's just business titles. It's a title that's attached to a job and also to a card. How many people actually keep these business cards now? How many see them as doorstops? 9 times out of 10 now when I get a business card, it goes like that once it's in the computer. Really, they are as ineffective as a job title. How this came about was I kept introducing myself to people. Hi, Business Development Manager. Okay, great, and you'd see this glazed look. And you know from yourself when somebody says, you know, they're Chief Cultural Officer or Operations Manager, you think, what do they really do? So the next question ultimately when people ask is, Business Development Manager, so what is it you do? So therefore I decided that I was going to reframe my job in the pitch that was actually given. Because ultimately what we're doing nowadays is we're introducing ourselves as a product and not as a person. So for example, if I was to say to you, like I introduced myself to Prashant, Area Director, if I was to say, I help clubs in Area 56 achieve their goals for Toastmasters, would you then know what I did? How about if I was to say to Carol, Carol, I'm a business development manager, but ultimately I connect companies to government funding opportunities. Now do you know what I do? So which do you think is a more effective way to sell yourself rather than sell your job title? So if you think about it, we are human. I know sometimes we might argue that some people are not, but ultimately they have a heartbeat, so they're human. And we connect through emotion. What I do connects you to that emotion. What I say I do just gives you a bar of soap. It gives you a product of which you can tangibly hold in your hand and say, okay, I know this person now. You cannot ultimately turn around and say, I know how this person can help me. And this happened through me going to a lot of networking events. And ultimately, after introducing myself to a number of people, the same question came up. So what is it you actually do? So other than banging my head against a brick wall and trying to explain, I decided to reframe that to exactly what I can offer, and that is the connection opportunity. Because to be human is to connect. And ultimately, if you can say to somebody, you know, I want to connect you to an opportunity, are you going to listen to that person? Especially if it's to do with money. No, I don't carry money around with me, so I'll just put that out there right now. And otherwise, if I was to say to Toastmasters clubs, I am here to support you in your journey to achieve success, rather than I'm your director. The two of them carry a very different message. So what I would say to you is think about times where you've been in situations, times where you have been in that awkward moment where you've introduced yourself to somebody and there's not really that connection. How can you reframe what you can do for them and how you can add value to them that will actually create that connection point? For example, anybody in here got pets? Thank you, somebody, for putting up your hand. So if I was to say to you, I'm a dog owner, how many people are now sitting in the audience going, oh That's nice. I like her. She wants a dog. That's fine. What about if I was to say to you, I like coffee? It's important as doing well with me. But at the same time, it's that human connection. If I was to say to you, I go to McDonald's. You see the difference? McDonald's is your product. Coffee is the actual connection point. I like. It's about you and how you are trying to connect with that other person. So what I would say to you is use some strategies. There's 3 key strategies. The first one is, even though you're saying I like, you're trying to entice conversation with that person. You're trying to create a connection point which then you can build value upon. You can actually say, here's that point of connection, now how can I help you? Because the fundamental thing that we like to do as people is help one another. Unless you're a serial murderer, but you don't really want to know these people. The second point is really make it more of how you can bring them value. What is in it for them rather than what is in it for you? So again, what is it they say? If you have one positive experience, you'll tell 10 people. If you have one negative experience, you'll tell 100. So can you imagine if you just pay that forward once, how many people are in this room? If each one of you says about one positive experience, how many more do you think that could emulate? There's the power of connection there. And the third thing I would implore you to do is think about what you offer. What do you offer to the world? Beyond a job title. Some of you may have a job title of retired, but you're not sitting at home all day with your feet up, you're actually doing something. So my uncle is retired, and he said, I'm retired, and I said, so you're doing community service? Because he drives for the church. And he went, oh, I never thought about it like that. But it is. And he's the granddaughter's babysitter, but we didn't bring that part into it. But ultimately, again, there is that kind of value concept. So then he tested that out and said, I'm going to try this out. So somebody said, oh, what is it you do? And he said, oh, I do community support. I drive for the church. And he went, oh, wow, that's great. How often do you drive? So there was that, rather than I'm retired and what do I say now? Okay, that's great. Thanks very much. There was an actual conversation coming out of that. And I know we're all Toastmasters. We all love to talk. So actually having that power of connection and that piece that you can move forward, just simply on what is it you do. So therefore, your take home is I would all call you to action and really ask you, each one of you, including yourself, young lady, to think about what is it you actually do. I'm going to give an example and use this lovely young lady at the front. What is it you do? Your full-time job is learning right now. So there you go. It's a simple, simple example. So for example, I'm repeating myself here, but as you walk out that door tonight, think about this. What value can you bring to other people? And what value could you then bring to yourself? Mr. Contest Chair.